Certainly is, and you can see it in the faces of everybody watching on. I mean, there aren't many Kazan fans here, and there aren't many Russian fans here, so tomorrow's final might be a bit of a flat affair. Certainly not in terms of volleyball, because of course the best teams need to qualify and will be there on merit. But at the moment, the Italians were making a bit of a noise in the first semi-final. It's been all the Turks here, but they don't have anything to shout about. Fenerbahce really need to get in the game. Just looking around, see if we can see. Looks as though it might be the same starting 7.
Errors there from Fenerbahce, 7 as opposed to just 2 from the Russians. So they are going to have to either cut out the errors in this set or hope the Russians start committing some more. Naz to serve. Sheena to Borisenko. They're not going to be able to get that up, so it is closed out by the Russian team. And the first serve for them again will go the way of Jordan Larson, who had some real success with her first foray to the service line in that first set. Great serve in again, Shashkova. The pressure straight away on Fena here. Babshina. Brilliantly done by Borisenko.
Well, there they are again, 2-0. Fena yet to get a point. As we were in the first set here. They hit the ground running, they set the tone, and they've continued it on. So that for a confident ball toss.
Jordan Larson who set the ball running at Ulyanova with a brilliant dig, and Gamova through the middle. Nihan. Haven't seen much of her. Kim unable to generate any real power there. Gamova. Kim again. Naz back to Kim. And Jordan Larson can't keep it alive.
Well, Fenerbahce have Kim to thank there, but for the first piece of play, it was Kazan who really deserved the point there. Wonderful libero play.
Ulyanova is a very talented individual. It'd be great to see her up against Paula Carulo. Into the net from Logan Tom, second time that she's posed one.
Not really in the game at all, Logan Tom. Same can be said of many Fenerbahce players.
Marina Babashina. Well, that one was never going anywhere.
It's funny how these games can descend into little patterns of poor serve at time. It's almost like it's contagious. It happens a lot in the game.
You wouldn't expect to see Fabiana do it for Fenerbahce. Vastly experienced, the Brazilian.
She's 27 now, I think, Fabiana. Well played.
Kim manages to find the line this time, and that gets the crowd going. But they did a very similar thing in the first set. They fought back to 3 points all, but then just saw a lead open up again from this point. So that'll be the thing that Zé Roberto will be monitoring most closely here. He wants his side to just get a nose in front. Jordan Larson springs from the back line.
Star of the show. Naz couldn't do anything there. Struggled with the setting as well today, Naz.
Shushkova easily marshalled, and it's a chance for Magno. Great work from Nihan. Naz again goes to Kim, and this time she has the angle.
A bit more excitement up here in the stands behind us now. A couple of strong hits from Kim, helping to try and convince the Fena fans that they might have something to shout about. There's Lyubov. Good serve. Very good serve, kept it alive.
And Logan Tom comes through the middle for the middle hit, and it's blocked out for the first time in the set. Fena go into the lead. It's a big test of character. Very big test of character, this. above Shashkova. Fires in another serve. Villanova deals with it, and it's off balance at the back of the court there. Logan Tom couldn't keep it alive.
That wasn't the easiest ball to squeeze through there. 2 obstacles at the front, 2 in the back court, but they still managed to thread it through.
Macno on serve after Moroz makes that point. Came underneath it. That was not a good return. Kim putting a lot of pressure on Naz there, and Gamova just finds that acute angle.
She towers over everyone. It was interesting at the World Cup in Japan recently. She had a gigantic version of herself towering over her. There were huge statues of both herself and Jibra, I think it was. Even taller than 2 meters 4, that one.
Oh, it was great work from Ulyanova to try and keep that alive, but Shashkova just taking the pace off it, and that worked. Kim, good serve. So here is a chance for Fener to go back into the lead. Moroz. Gamova will block.
Well, they're turning up now and they're ahead. Great hands towering over the net.
Slight lack of communication there, which is going to put the pressure on. Put away by Ada. So we're in for the first technical, and it's Fener who lead this time. They lead by 2. It's 8 points to 6.
Through the gate there. Arms wide open. Larson, first mistake of the match, maybe. This lot from Istanbul need more.
Back out on court. She tried to get back underway. Oh, Fenerbahce finding a way back into this match. Kim rolls the serve in again. Gamova won't be able to get any power behind that. It's another good chance this for Fenerbahce. Great scampering from Ulyanova. Kim goes through the defence again.
Well, Kim's coming.
Star player is being a star turn.
Sorry, John. Kim is coming through from that back line absolutely brilliantly at the minute. Just turning things on for Fenerbahce. He's got them going. Ulyanova has been producing some wonderful defending. But look at this, straight down the middle. She means business. Great to see her in full flow.
Gamova with the answer this time. Fans trying to put off Katarina Gamova. Unlikely to have that effect. Good marshalling of Kim on that occasion. Logan Tom with a great readjustment mid-air. And it caused the mistake from Babashina. Larsen back on the money.
Lovely hit. Very pleased to see the positive emotions flowing again. A draw lesson from Can here. Had chances to finish things off very early on. Kazan have been dominant.
Oh, great serve from Morris.
Measured to the millimetre, that one. Almost impossible to get back.
Dipped at the last moment as well. Naz Fabiana into the attack. A rare foray to the net there. That's not going to be anywhere near high enough for Gamova. They get across to make the block though. And this time Logan Tom manages to get it cross court.
This is a great competitive volleyball match now. We're just starting to see some enthusiasm and energy from both of the teams. Of course, Kazan had it all their own way really in the first set, but now they know they're in a bit of a fight.
Yeah, very dur first set it was too, as Naz serves. Gamova, there's the middle hit.
Her star yet to truly shine in this match. If it starts to do, then Fenerbahce will be in trouble.
Oh, bit of luck for Jordan Larsen. And we're back all square.
Psychologically, it could be pretty bad for Fenerbahce. That they need to forget those little instances. They happen in volleyball. Fabiana, in particular, is a little weak mentally today.
Bounces just wide.
Finally, one bounces for them.
They needed that one. Gamova, brilliant block. Kim with a punch of the fist.
Sports great star, certainly in Istanbul.
Just long. Crowd looking straight up onto the screen to see if they can watch the replay. Well, that replay looked to me as though that did land inside the baseline. I think one's gone there in favour of the Russians.
Good job they weren't allowed to see it.
Naz covering good ground to get the set away, and Kim spiking well.
She had that huge obstacle of Gamova in that corner. And this is how she overcame it. Two of them, in fact. Morisenko was there with it. Thingy's just starting to get into gear again now.
Hit three in the block. Makno brings it back down to just one. The Kazan fans now try and lift their team as the skipper Borisenko serves. Oh, it's a clinical point from Fener.
That's clever setting as well. Very, very clever setting. Just change the idea a little. Again, haven't been inventive ever since those opening couple of flare points.
Gamova, Nihan, Shashkova, Ivanova. Here's a chance.
Oh. Big chance.
Be disappointed there. That could have put them into the second technical with a 3-point advantage.
Well, instead they go back to 1. And they could yet be behind at the technical, you never know. And you can side out to go to 16-14 here. Making life difficult for themselves, Fenerbahce.
Jaskova with a great middle hit, and it's the second technical with the Turkish team leading by 2 still. A fairly animated chat down on the sidelines. So Kim knows just how important this is for her and for her team as well. Oh, it's a great serve. Well, if she can get firing, then Fener can get firing, and if they can get firing, the crowd can get firing, and you just might see a big turnaround here. Well,
it's her first year in the Turkish first city. Of course, Istanbul, not the capital. Seen that timeout taken, but she's already a superstar. Remember, I had a couple of years in Japan as well, where they are, I must say, volleyball mad out there. They do hold the Grand Champions Cup and the World Cup every alternate couple of years, and she's been doing great things. Of course, came out of Korea, did Kim. 24 years of age.
Well, Gamova applying ice to her head there. Not sure whether she's struggling with some form of illness. She hasn't looked at her best, you'd have to say.
Yeah, yet to get going.
But those fans are enjoying themselves, and at the moment it looks as though they're going to properly enjoy themselves in this set. 17 points, all that Fener managed in set number 1. Well, a big serve from Kim. This one was watched over. Gamova gets the spike away.
Well, there she is. Quite a name and she'll appear.
Well, saying that she hasn't really achieved very much, but at the same time what she has done has generally been good.
She's not been involved in the play enough. And she is on serve.
Quite lack of communication there, I think, between Logan Tom and Nihan, and Larsen seizes on that confusion.
Well, it's been a great comeback post-technical timeout for these girls. Back to within 1 point. Quick run on the score. Fener won't be worried yet, but something might be creeping into the back of their minds. Remember, Kazan were to sneak this set, then it really would be panic stations.
Dead, Kim. And that's blocked wide.
Restores a bit of calm and comfort to the Fenerbahce scoreboard. And 3 getting up in the middle.
Jaskova there, just shouting some support to her teammates. Ada serves. Larsen, brilliant dig from her compatriot Logan Tom on the other side of the net. And Kim Ulyanova with an equally good effort. Brilliant point here, probably the best of the match so far. How will it conclude? At the moment there's a chance for Larsen. Kept alive by Logan Tom, set back to Tom. And that's going to be kept alive again by Ilyanova somehow. Jordan Larson goes deep.
Quick hands everywhere here.
Again, Larson keeps it alive, and Gamova through the middle. Brilliant point for Kazan to win.
Wow, wow, wow. That's just woken everybody up in here. And I think this match needed it. Really did. Both teams deserve something. We had defensive play from Logan Tom, top libero play as well. And in the end, it was Gamova, who might just be waking up herself, we suspect.
Ulyanova with 2 unbelievable gets there. The Russian libero just really proving her worth. Irina Kuznetsova comes on and not a wastes her effort.
Well, 2 points. Creeping up to the business end of this set now. 19-17, 6 required for Fenerbahce.
Well, here's a really good chance for Fener to extend that advantage. Shashkova, again, brilliant work on the far side, and Gamova through the middle, and they save it again.
Well, Gamova's there finishing things off at the minute, but there is some top-notch defensive play. I have to say, from both sides.
Ejeva, who's coming on as an out-court player yet again, is by trade a libero, and they've had a dual libero effectively out on court. Larson continues to serve well. Naz sets back to Kim. Blocked and in. And it is all square once more at the business end of the set, as you say, Rob. 19 points apiece. Fener having dominated, looking in trouble, and Zé Roberto calls a timeout, unsurprisingly.
Well, timeout taken, as you say, very correctly, unsurprisingly. That's the ball landing right on the line. No arguments from the Fenerbahce players. I think Kim was just trying to pull the wool over the referee's eyes a little by celebrating the point, as players often do. Kazan have to be praised for their wonderful strength of character here. Just as Fenerbahce looked they were getting going, Kazan have had a quiet-ish set up to now. The last run of points really seen them waking up. Really didn't have to do too much in the first set to win it. But again, if they can sneak things here, it is a 6-point game, basically, from here on in.
Well, the tension mounts. It's on the Jordan Larson serve, and she has served ever so well so far. Real confidence coming from the American. And it continues. Shashkova somehow keeps that alive. That's Blaze. Long and no touch from Logan Tom. And another point to the Jordan Larson serve.
Tom just apologising to her teammates that that's a big opportunity, especially having pulled their way back like that.
Well, what it means now is if we have side-out volleyball, it'll be Kazan who get the first set point. Shashkova brilliantly hitting through the defence, and this time Larson can't scoop it up.
That was good setting as well. Reception not the greatest here. The set's going... Struggling to see the ball in that replay there, apologies.
Ulyanova underneath this one, set for Gamova. Oh, brilliant work from Nihan. And Borisenko up against Kim and Fabiana, unable to get through the wall.
Well, that's a special point for Fenerbahce. Could well have been over and done with for them on that one. Borisenko should have taken advantage there.
It was a bad decision by Borisenko all round on that point. She should have just kept it alive rather than trying to kill the point off with that wall of blocking in front of her. It was a very bad piece of decision making by the skipper.
21-20 then. Where are we going from here?
Well, it's going to be a tense set. We know that. Smelling salts of some sort going the way of Gamova. It does add further fuel to the argument that she's not 100% out there at the moment. She certainly hasn't looked it, but at times she certainly has.
in wavering of form. Certainly much like this match, a very, very strange encounter this so far. There have been moments between these two where it's just been so flat.
Tom serves in at Ulyanova. Oh, that's a terrible set. Another example there, Rob, of just what you were talking about. Krzyzanowskaja being replaced by Babashina. Having got that all wrong, and a 2-point advantage here to Fener.
They would expect to close out the set from here.
Ulyanova behind the Logan Tom set again. Macno. Well, they get a bit of luck.
They needed it as well. That last one might have just cost them the set, but we'll see. Fenerbahce won't be overly worried. Again, they can slide out for 2 points now.
Babashina's serve. Logan Tom underneath it. Now sets and Shashkova. Jordan Larson was there. Gamova. That's too good. And it's all square once more.
What a story. Starting to take shape.
Sheena again serves in at Tom. Tom to Naz, and Naz back to Kim. It wasn't the best of sets, and Kim goes wide. She had to reach for that just a little bit too far. And once again, the huge swathes of supporters in Fener colours go very quiet indeed, and it's timeout called.
Timeout number 2 for Fenerbahce in this set. It worked for them last time.
Babashina having a great run on serve here. Is she going to guide Dinamo Kazan into a 2-sets-to-love lead? Logan Tom again under pressure. Shashkova gets a spike away. Big moment to bring it back to 23 points apiece.
Now, the big factors come into play, the tension, the drama, the excitement of the players out there. Who's up for it, who isn't? Who can withstand the pressure at this? 23-all. And of course, slight advantage to Kazan. Pressure off them, really.
What a time to come on and make your first contribution. Yagmur is doing just that here. Simple side out, they don't get it. Gamova into the net. Who would believe it? Set point Fenerbahce.
Well. Of all people to make that mistake. And with her towering above, you'd have thought it was a given. Yagmur.
It lands in. The block is good from Kim. She dances around the court. Fenerbahce have levelled it at a set apiece.
Oh, huge cheers from behind us. And they thought it wasn't going to happen a minute ago. And it has.
I would just say tactically, Kazan got that awfully wrong 2 plays in a row.
Well, they got it wrong. They had the opportunity to do it right. Now that could be the spot that Fener need. It's a long way to go yet in this match. 1 set all.